My energy, don't you fuck with my energy, don't you fuck with my energy, don't you fuck with my energy, don't you fuck. Hey guys, welcome to Three Hoodoo Sisters. This is Priestess Sabri. Thank you for joining me tonight, this morning, whenever I post this video. Today I got off the phone with a client and I asked if I could share her story. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, but I just kept putting it off. But something about the reading I did for her tonight really wants me to talk about jealousy and envy and just, it seems to be rampant nowadays. It just seems like we focus our energy on people who have things that we want, and somehow it turns into this obsessive, negative relationship, and we start throwing negative energy at certain people. Sometimes it's our family, sometimes it's our friends, co-workers, acquaintances. I'm going to confess, I'm going to give y'all an R. Kelly confession. I used to be a very jealous person. I was never envious, but I used to be jealous. And I used to be jealous of people who had more than me or had something that I felt that I wanted or that I wish I had. And I wasn't always like that. And now I've calmed it down so much. It's like I don't consider myself to be a jealous person. If not, now when I see things, it actually motivates me to want to do more. But I remember being jealous of people who had like nice cars, nice houses, and especially in happy relationships, or what I thought was happy relationships. Jealous of people who were physically attractive or had really nice bodies and things of that sort. Like I was jealous. I was jealous of these people, but I was the harmless jealous where I would just I would just feel a certain type of way. Some people are not just jealous and envious, but they will straight up try to get you involved in some messy situations. How did I start to grow out of it? I will talk about it more in the actual video, but jealousy and envy are not like the same thing also, just so you know. Envy tends to be more spiteful and wanting to take what that person actually has, wanting to blow out their candle for them. It's like but jealousy is more so wanting what someone else has. They are very close to each other, but they're not. I always say jealousy, I always say, envy is a little bit more evil. To me, it is. But why don't we go and really discuss how this whole jealousy and envy has turned into a monster within our own society? So I have a client. I just got off the phone with her, and she wanted me to sit down and tell you guys what she's going through. Well, she does eyebrows, she does eyelashes, she does lace front wigs, whatever you need. She started off like came straight out the hood of New Orleans with nothing. Now she's making between 7 to 10 grand every week. Okay, every week. So she's making what, $40,000 a month. Okay, she was mentored in the hair industry and went out and got her money. She has a store here in Atlanta. She's a go-getter. But one thing that we're dealing with right now for her is a lot of jealous and envious people, a lot of people who want what she has. Even someone who she hired who's working at one of her stores in a reading, it was discovered that this person not even jealous, this person is envious because they want what you have. They want to take your business, which to me, that ain't happening, bitch. That's not going to happen, not with me in the play, no. But it's just one of those situations where she reflected back on how jealous she used to be of people who she used to look up to, and how that motivated her to want to do better in her life. She got tired of being poor, a single teenage mother, and she just started to hustle really hard. And then one day, somebody offered to teach her how to use Photoshop. And, she really enjoyed it. And she just, kept, practicing and practicing. And then she got her social media presence and things of that sort. Well, the reason why I'm bringing up her story is that she feels like people are jealous and envious of her, but they don't know the hell that she's been through to get to where she is. That's the first point. When you're jealous of somebody, you don't know what the fuck they had to do to get to where they're at. You don't know what they had to give up, what they had to really work on, how many years it took them to get to where they are. At one point, she was sleeping in her car, okay, her Honda Accord, her and her son with weave in the back of the truck, like no lie. She was sleeping on friends' couches. She was sleeping on air mattresses, and so she was like, I took my jealousy and I allowed it to motivate me to do better. But that's what you're really supposed to do, because jealousy is actually natural. It's natural to actually be jealous. It's human to be jealous and love, jealous and seeing somebody else do it. It's how you react. That's the problem. So we had to do a reversal and some spiritual work for her because it was just so much evil eye energy on her. It was causing her to have issues with herself and her money. But here's what's crazy. Right now, she's going through some financial issues. So she's not bringing in that normal 7-10 grand per month. And she's starting to, she just wanted people to know all that glitters is not gold. Like, don't be fooled. It's like, if you want something, work for it. If you're working for it and you don't see it happening, then it's called insanity. You're doing something wrong. Figure out another plan. And also, so we're dealing with all of these jealous and envious people around her. Another second advice I would tell you is, okay, so move in silence. If you're building your foundation and you're trying to get up on your feet, move in silence. Don't let people know all of your moves. That's one of the biggest. Jealous people will steal your shit so damn quick and put it on Instagram and sell it. And you're like, wait a minute, like, I told them this idea and they straight bootlegged my shit. And now they're making money off of it. Keep a lot of your ideas to yourself. Get your money up. Find people who can help you bring out these products and these merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Get your social media up. Everyone, all of my successful clients worked hard. Like, they had to, I don't care if they're working hard, laying on their back and spreading their legs. They still had to work to get to what they want. So she's just now seeing it from the opposite perspective. It's like, wow, she's having to fight off people now, and they're putting her in mess. And she's had some encounters with some people, and police were involved. All of that plays into the energy of pure mess. Okay, when you have people who are jealous of you, you are more likely, especially a whole bunch of people making 7-10 grand per week, people are going to hate you. People want what you have. Believe it or not, it's survival of the fittest. It's that animal energy. It's that mammal, hunter, gatherer energy. It's also our lowest selves. It's not our highest self, where we want what other people have, especially when they have more. Okay? That's why some people don't like socialism and communism, because it's too equal. They ain't trying to do all that. But I'm just saying, if you're jealous or envious of somebody, the first thing you need to step back and see, okay, I'm jealous of this person, or I'm envious. What is lacking in my life? What do I need to do? You know, or am I just tripping and I'm just being petty as hell and not liking who this actual person is, Because sometimes you just don't like people straight up. But when you want what somebody else has and you're starting to come outside of your higher self and get lower, homegirls, homeboy, something is wrong with you. Why don't we even look a little bit deeper, guys? Why don't we see envy is an emotion which occurs when a person lacks another superior quality, achievement, or possession and either desires it or wishes that the other lacked it. That's what's scary about, envy, is that we will look at people and want something, and then because they have it, we hope they lose it. Like we hope they can't keep up with the mortgage on their house or their car note, or keep that fancy position at their job, or have a happy marriage. To me, if you're that type of person, and it's funny because a lot of people never want to admit they're envious or they're jealous traits. I'm upfront. I used to be a jealous person, and so sometimes I still have to catch myself. So, but some people really are envious, like extremely envious. And what they try to do is they try to camouflage their envy with, oh, I just don't like her attitude, or I think this person is too nice or too flashy. They'll just always find an excuse to camouflage their envy. Certain people have envy written all over their face. One of my homegirls, she she married young, and when she's listening to this, she's gonna know I'm talking about her. I already know. Hey girl, but hers is not really envy, it's jealousy. She meets a lot of younger women in their 20s who are jealous of the fact that she's married and that she's not complaining about her husband all the time. People are so used to hearing, oh, my man ain't shit. And we all kind of join in a party and be like, yes, girl, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. And when you meet a woman who's content in her marriage, it brings out feelings of, wow, is this real? Is this bitch playing? Is she serious? It brings out envy. Okay. It brings out jealousy. So she's had to deal with people who she thought were her friends, because that's where so much of that drama comes from, is the people who are closest to you, family and friends, who will stab you in the back before anyone else. She's having to deal with the fact that the people who she thought was writing for her, once she got married, she was shocked to find out that a lot of them stopped talking to her. A lot of them had, like, smirky things to like say. Just the jealousy of the fact that a woman found a man who loves her and they married and they're making it work. It's not perfect, but they're making it work. You see what I'm saying? And she was like, I didn't know women could be this jealous until of you being married or having something that they secretly want. Because most people don't want to be in terrible relationships and jumping from woman or from man to man. Most of us want some type of stability. And I'm noticing that amongst a lot of women, we tend to get very jealous of when a woman has a stable marriage, or what seems to be a stable marriage. And my advice to married women or women in serious relationships: keep your relationship to yourself. We all have that one homegirl who we tell everything to. You know what I'm saying? Shit, call me up. I'll tell you if she's real or not. I'm just being honest. But we have to be very careful we cannot share our joy with everyone, especially the joys of marriage or when good things and blessings are happening in our lives. The evil eye is real, people. Now, we all have that point in our lives where we finally built up our credit, we finally have some stability, or we finally came into some money. Believe it or not, that's when you're most vulnerable spiritually, is when you're finally moving up, because you haven't completely, solidified your foundation. So girl, boy, keep that on the hush. If you're trying to buy your dream house, your dream car, keep that between you, your real estate agent, or even a really close friend who you're very much aware is not jealous and will celebrate with you. Okay? Like, be very aware of who you tell what to. Okay? We are a very social media driven, I'm gonna put my asshole out for everybody to see because I want you to see what I have achieved and what I have. I want you to see what car I drive, where I live, how my washer machine, how my closet looks like. And me personally, I'm not a big social media person because I know that is how people get information on you, especially when people are trying to fuck your shit up spiritually. So keep a lot of shit to yourself. You'll get further in life. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't need to know that you're buying a new house. It's just keep things to yourself. I repeat, buying a new car, starting a new job. Once you're in and you feel established, open up, share it with everyone, let people know, hey, yeah, da 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 da. Another thing, I think one of the most craziest stories I ever heard in my entire life was this lady who was a lawyer, and she was around these women who were around the ages of like 32 to 35, all of them single, all of them until like, I don't know how to explain it. You know those women who wear 6-inch heels and the body.com dresses, and they got a Brazilian butt lift and a tummy tuck, and they're like all like divorced or just out of long-term relationships? Well, she was part of this crew. The only problem was they were all competing for men. Okay? And the reality is, when men get older and they're coming out of a marriage, they tend to not want to settle down or get married yet. So these women are like 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, dating men who are coming out of serious relationships, don't want anything serious. So the competition, even amongst themselves, is stiff. Well, one day she decided to invite them over her house, and they didn't know where she lived. Like, a lot of them lived in their own houses or condos or apartments. When they saw how nice her house was, they were like shocked and shook, and this, I'm not lie to you, no lie. The very next day, do you know she went a tumbling down the motherfucking steps and broke her freaking arm and twisted her leg, girl. Like, she had to like scream and crawl for somebody to come and help her in her own home. Like, I don't even know how. I think she laid there for like a few hours until somebody came to the house. I think it was her child, and saw her laying there. That wasn't no accident. That was those hating ass hoes who were in your house, who left that crazy energy in your house. And do you know she still continued even afterwards to keep inviting these women over her house? And the majority of them were extremely envious. And of course, friendships that are built upon sticks are the easiest to catch fire, because you guys are friends for superficial shit, to hang out, to drink, to find men, do your dirty work around each other. Find people who are about growing, who are about keeping to themselves too, who aren't always calling you and asking you a whole bunch of questions about your personal life. Find people who are too bothered with their life to be bothered with yours. That lady fell down them steps because they left some juju, some bad energy, because of jealousy and that evil motherfucker envy. Okay? Guys, I absolutely love Cardi B's come up story. I think when I heard she saved up 60 grand and invested it into herself, hats off. Mad respect. Like, I respect Nicki too, because she's been doing this for a long time. Like, the road to success is a lonely one. Let me repeat that. The road to success is a lonely one. Tell me, how many of her stripper friends or friends who were trying to reach a certain point, how many of them made it as big as she did? Zero. Okay? The road to success is lonely. Okay? It has a lot of sacrifices. It has a lot of having to just have tunnel vision about what you want. You have to have a certain level of drive that will make other people jealous and envious because they don't have that type of drive, or they don't know in what direction to take. Cardi B stepped out on a lot of faith. I feel like she stepped out on a lot of faith and a lot of offerings to the, Orishas, because she was trying to make it, trying to make it. I, being successful is lonely. Being successful is lonely because you don't know who to trust, and you can't even trust your own peers who work in similar fields because you don't know if they're trying to steal or bootleg your shit. So let's say you want to start a nail salon, and you want it to be really successful. You don't want to have to take out a huge loan and have to have all of this debt. Let's keep it real. You're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to get focused. You're going to have to weed out some people. And the reason why this journey is lonely is because people are going to naturally get jealous when they start seeing you moving up, and then 2-3 years later you have a store. They're going to get jealous. Where does this jealousy come from? The jealousy comes from, how the fuck did she get that? Or how the fuck did he get that? Hard work not only pays off, but being strategic and having a plan also pays off. You see what I'm saying? Doing your homework pays off. Because again, hunters and gatherers, may the best party win. It's that like mentality. Like, are you telling me this hood rat worked hard for 2 to 3 years and now she has a store, or she stepped out on faith after a year of saving up and she opened a little store? People get jealous because they want to do certain things in their life that they have not been able to achieve. So that's where the jealousy starts. That's why people lose best friends, fall out with family, fall out with co-workers, because they are driven. In order to become successful in life, you have to have tunnel vision. You have to get with other people who are focused about money, about doing big things. That's how it is. And sadly, when you're focused, you're going to leave a lot of people behind, because jealousy and envy is toxic. Jealousy and envy will destroy your life. Just like that client who I have now, who makes $7,000-$10,000 a week, her life is being destroyed by jealousy and envy because it's affecting her mind. It's clouding her decisions. Success is a lonely path. It's lonely. I don't care what nobody says. It's lonely. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've dealt with some of it my own self, and I'm still working on me. I'm not there yet. Sometimes when we're around people who have money or carry themselves as if they have money, or around groups of people who are extremely successful, it makes us look at ourselves and ask, okay, what am I doing wrong in life? It's like, where did I fuck up? I'm working 2 to 3 jobs. I'm stuck in traffic every day, coming and going. I'm trying to make it out of this thing. I'm going to tell you guys a few secrets. Success is also spiritual. Success is also written in your book. It's part of your path. So some of us are like, why I'm working so hard, or I'm trying to start up this business and I've done everything right. Why is this not working? Well, the first thing I can say is that you may actually be on the wrong path. You may be trying to make money in a way that is not really aligned with your success. You see what I'm saying? So you may love to, I don't know, sell weave or something. I don't know. But you're not meant to sell weave. So you're not going to become successful off of that. Maybe you're supposed to be a public speaker, and that's where your money's supposed to come from, books and recordings. Also, in spiritually, some people are really blessed with wealth. Like some people really have that anointing upon their lives and that they're going to be wealthy at one point or have access to wealth. Like sometimes it's just that's your path to have large sums of money. And don't forget, a lot of people who've had large sums will also lose large sums of money. Another thing that I tell people, luck. Sometimes it's just like winning the lottery. Some people just get lucky, like they scratch, like that crazy chick who lives in like North Carolina, and Alana Vincent was trying to fix her life and she had bailed her boyfriend out of jail for like $1 million. Some people just get lucky, but in order to keep that money, you have to have a good mindset. You see what I'm saying? And another thing is, let's just keep it real. You don't know what people have to do to get their money, and you don't know what they have to do to keep it. So at the end of the day, money will not, how do I say this? You can be jealous and envious of somebody who has money, but at the end of the day, you don't know whose penis or whose titties they got to suck to be able to take care of themselves. So especially on social media with all of these people showing you all of these images, that's not really reality or even theirs. Okay, I know a chick who sleeps on a couch. I'm not lying to you. She sleeps on her mother-in-law's couch. Like, I cannot make this up. Her ex stepmother's couch. But she will pose in like her Mercedes and her designer bags, and she'll have you thinking she's living the life, but she's struggling right now. So don't be fooled by appearances. Focus on how you can improve on your own life. Take the focus off of them and reflect it back to you. Now, if you want a lavish lifestyle, then you're going to have to figure out a few factors on how to get it, okay? In order to become wealthy, a lot of the times it's about networking and having to kiss a lot of ass. Let's talk about everybody's favorite subject, love and sex. So I see this so much with women. Oh my God, we see our friends getting married, we see them in serious relationships, and then we grow jealous and spiteful, or we keep making destructive decisions when it comes to men, and then we start to get jealous and envious of people who are in happy relationships. It's this, I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, well, marriage is not all that. Of course, marriage is not all that, because all you've seen is examples of bad marriages, or there's no such thing as a happy relationship. There are happy relationships, but happy relationships have problems. They still have problems. I mean, I'm hearing this a lot with like millennials, like, oh, marriage is not all that. Marriage is a strong foundation. It shows that you're ready to commit long term. The problem is that people don't know how to be married, and people have not had good examples on how to be married. Marriage is hard. Any time you bring two people of the opposite sex together, they have to both bring balance. They both have to give. One has to give to the other in order to bring balance. Human relationships are naturally problematic. So of course, marriages will not be perfect, but you're tired of being a bridesmaid, or you're tired of always being the like third wheel, and then you start getting jealous of seeing people who are married or who are in pretty decent relationships. You need to grab your mirror, girl or dude, because this also applies to some dudes. You need to ask what type of self-destructive behavior or what type of generational curses, what is really good in the hood? What is going on in your life that you still don't have a man? Is it how you carry yourself? Is it your personality? Do you attract a lot of men but chase them away. You have to start to really sit down and figure out, why are you still single? These are some questions. Sometimes it's spiritual, you're being spiritually blocked. So sometimes it's ancestral, and sometimes you're just not on the vibration to meet a decent person. Ladies, fellas, guard your relationship, okay? There's relationships are like sliding doors, in and out. So when people see you in a happy or decent relationship, a lot of people, they get jealous, they get envious, because they don't understand how they're doing it, because they have bad patterns of picking out partners. So now they're turning all their negative energy on you. Guard your marriage, it's sacred. Guard your long-term relationship, it's sacred. People don't need to know what you're doing in your marriage. That's one of the biggest things. Ladies, sometimes it's best to stay hush, you know? It's best to just not tell everybody about what is going on in your bedroom. Y'all love to post flower pics and my baby bought me this and my baby bought me that, and then all of these jealous single hoes are just sending you wild ass energy. You know, it's okay to let people know you're in a relationship, but people don't need to know what your spouse is doing for you. Flowers on the bed, making breakfast, keep that shit in the closet. So here's some pointers for people who are jealous or tend to be envious. I also forgot to talk about the copycatters, people who try to copy your life or try to keep up with you. That's a whole other type of weird single white female type of jealousy type of stuff. But understand that jealousy is natural. Envy is when I think you become obsessed with seeing that person and just being upset that they have something that you don't have, and you start playing the comparison game, keeping up with the like Joneses. I've never been a keep up. Everybody who knows me knows I don't give two triple fucks about keeping up with no Joneses. I hate people who want to know where you live, where you went to like school, what car you drive, trying to fill you out if you can be part of their crew. I've always been the fuck it, I don't care. I don't want to be part of your crew, part of your group, part of your soccer team, part of your whole crew. I don't give a fuck. And you gotta have that type of personality. You're not paying my bills, so who are you to tell me where I should live? Or girl, build a bridge and learn how to get over that. What are you lacking in your own life? So basically, you're jealous because there's something that person has that you don't have, and you're gonna have to figure out, okay, why am I jealous? Why am I hating? Because just because you have an opinion does not make you a hater. You know, I'm so tired of every time some opinions are actually very good and people should take heed if it's not coming from a place of hate and it's constructive. What's going on? What's eating away at you? You know, like if your home girl is on some real Cardi B shit and she's moving up and you're secretly hating on her, or your home girl is about to get married and you're secretly jealous, what is wrong with you? Refocus, put a mirror in your face, focus on yourself. Why do you think you cannot achieve happiness? Why do you think you cannot achieve greatness? Like, this is going to take some serious digging. How far have you gotten from being jealous or envious? Like, what have you gained? But just being a messy ass motherfucker, you know, or sending evil eye, bad juju energy. Some people thrive off of that. Some people live off of that. Some people love being some negative, messy, jealous, envious motherfuckers. Like, I knew a lady, that's all she did was just be jealous and envious, and she's still single and she's still bitter and broke. She could not grow past it. Remove yourself from that person's life. Get off of their social media. Stop picking up the phone. Stop going over their house, because you're obsessed with them. Get off of their social media. Stop sending that negative energy and start focusing more on your own life. Leave that person alone. Find your happiness, find your bliss, go to therapy, go to counseling, do a lot of introspective work, go into yourself, go on that journey. Why are you so jealous? Why are you so envious? Get off of these people's social medias. Stop following them. Stop obsessing over them. Stop obsessing over what the good things happening in your friend's life. Share in that joy. Cheer them on. And really, if you can't, you need to remove yourself from their lives. Or for the person who has a lot of jealous people around them, you need to remove these people from your lives. Some people are I've learned some people are just naturally envious and jealous. And a lot of those people tend to have a really weird energy around them. Also, competition breeds jealousy. So if you have a whole building of hairstylists and one hairstylist is doing way better than the other, of course, everybody's going to be jealous and envious. Put yourself in places where you don't have to deal with those type of people, because sometimes people thrive off of, it's like they're energy vampires and they're just trying to suck all of the life out of you because they don't have one for themselves. Nobody wants to claim to be an energy vampire, but I've had to tell clients, you're an energy vampire. But at the end of the day, find your bliss. What are your hobbies? Why are you still single? Start working on yourself. Why are you so broke? Or why are you just stuck in a place of where you're just basically not happy? What's eating away at you? And let's flip it. Why do you feel like you have to brag about all of your money and your purses and your expensive cars and your expensive trips and your expensive this? What is going on in you that you want people to be jealous and envious of the things that you have? I have some very high-end clients who live very lavish lives, but you would be surprised about everybody's jealous of them, or that they have a lot of jealousy, but their lives are still somewhat miserable at times because they've taken material things and made that their God. You see what I'm saying? One of the worst things you can do is to take another human being or a actual object, as in money and like material things, and turn it into your God. Those are normally the most miserable people you will meet because they're stuck in a vicious cycle, and it's hard to get out of that. So guys, rather than being jealous and envious, go and make your dream board. Figure out how can you get out of a bad marriage or a bad financial situation. And remember, joy comes in the morning, but even the sun takes a while to come up. So you're going to have to put in work to get the life that you want. Manifestation and God and your ancestors and the good spirits, they will assist you on this journey. Just turn that fucking social media off and stop being a hater. Okay? And that is me, Priestess Sabri. Just wanted to tell you guys how amazing you are. Yes, you're amazing because you have the power of creation that God took from himself and put within you. You have the power to change your reality, not overnight, but over time, okay? My grandfather built an empire. He started off with no shoes. I'm not playing. He was wearing these really thin sandals. If he can do it, you can too. Conjure on.